Hello everybody, welcome back. Okay, so I brought in this liquidamber. This is a liquidamber orientalis. I've just brought it in basically just to kind of tidy it up a little bit. It's getting a bit wide, some long shoots going out here and stuff. We just want to reduce it in a bit. You see some of them are getting pretty big. It's also getting some shooting off the top. So I'm just going to kind of give it a quick pruning back. I don't think I'll be doing anything too spectacular to it, just basically getting it a bit into shape, because it's really growing like crazy and it seems to be getting very wide looking, so I want to reduce these sides back a bit. See here, they're getting really out of shape. It's starting to get small leaves on it when you look at the size of this leaf. So say size of one in here. This isn't even the smallest, but you can see the leaves are getting smaller the more ramified it's getting. So we'll just keep going with the process and try and keep it ramifying. And this was another tree that I bought at the garden centre. It was probably 12 foot tall maybe, and I just chopped it down to roughly about 2 foot. Brought it home, planted it up, and it didn't have any branches. It might have had very light branches down at the bottom here, but once I chopped it down, I just concentrated on straightening up these bottom branches, and yeah, so it's a good way of getting good thick trunk on the trees to buy them as big tall trunks. Now you do end up with a big chop at the top. This one also you tend not to get as much taper. You can see it's quite thick still under here, but it's still a nice tree, I think. It would probably be frowned upon in a show because it's not tapered enough, but I don't show my trees anyway, so that doesn't bother me as long as I like the way they look. And if it wasn't for trees like this and being able to do this, chop big trees down, then I probably wouldn't have 3/4 of my trees, because that's the only way really I've been able to get them. See, that will go and pay a fortune for ones that somebody else has spent years and years styling, and I'd rather just get my own from nursery stock or whatever and style it myself, and then at least I can say it's my tree. There's nothing wrong with doing that, it's just that I prefer to be able to make them myself basically, and style it myself in the way I want to do it. If you get it off somebody and they've already styled it for the last God knows how many years, then you kind of find yourself a little bit restricted trying to keep it the way they designed it and the way they pictured it. Okay, so that's not looking too bad now. I'm just going to have a stand back here now and have a look. I'm not sure which is the front. I think this is the... Is this the front maybe? Or is this the back? I can't really tell, which is probably a good thing. So you can have it either way. Could go in and look out some of these a bit, just to let a bit more light in. to be honest, I don't mind it heightened up here because this is where the big chop is. Now it is practically healed over. I'll just show you that if I can. In there, I might just be able to see it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Just there where my finger is. You see it there, it's almost fully healed. But it's always going to be thick all the way to the top. If you get them with branches and you happen to have a couple of branches spraying off, then you could chop it out and grow your tree from them. But this was just a single trunk going straight up, so this is what I had to work with. But yeah, I think it's going on quite well. I do have a much bigger one of these. The trunk is probably that thick, but up on the trunk it had a really bad swelling. So last year I decided to chop it all off, the whole top, right back below that swelling, and I planted it in the garden now just to give it a couple of years of recovery and to strengthen up, because it's basically just a big fat stub now in the ground. But it is growing now, so yeah, so that'll be coming out of the ground in a couple of years. Okay, so I think that's about it. That's all I really wanted to do with that one. So let's get up on the next one. Let's see how much I did take off. It doesn't look like much, but see, there's a fair bit there taken off. So yeah, not sure. I think this was the back, but to be honest, I think because this side has been facing the sun, I obviously had it turned for a while. This is looking a bit weird. Maybe because this is where the big cut is, this was probably the back and this was the front. Yeah. Okay, so let's get up the next tree and we'll have a look at that. Okay, so the last one was liquidamber orientalis, and this one is liquidamber styraciflua or something like that it's called. I don't know, it's kind of like a funny hard to pronounce name. But anyway, yeah, so that's what this one is. It's a clump style. When I got it, again, it was big tall trees, and I think there was 5 trunks on it. And when I got it home and I started chopping it back, I realised that this big one was dead, this one was dead, this one under here. So all I ended up with, that one, little one at the back was dead. So all I ended up with was the big one and this one at the side here. So I left these stubs on just to kind of remind me basically that was once upon a time, supposedly, which was a shame because it would have been nice as a big clump style, but anyway, like that. When you buy them in the bargain bin kind of thing, chances are there's something not right with them. So we'll get on again, and as you can see, this one is going a bit crazy as well. So again, I'm just going to reduce it back. This one's in a much smaller pot. You see the pot there, it's just a little round pot, so I do keep this one sitting in a shallow dish of water. Stop it drying out, because they do dry out quite quick when they're full of foliage like this. Okay, so let's just go in and see what I want to do with it first, I suppose. I suppose what I really want, I think, to choose a front. Do I want all these dead stubs at the front? Probably not. Maybe if I have this as the front and then the dead stubs and that are at the back, and then eventually if we do get rid of them, we'll have it like this. So we've basically got 2 trees. We've got this big one up here and then this smaller one. Maybe what I need to do is reduce the height of this smaller one back, so they're not both roughly the same size. So let's go in and chop this one right back as much as I can. I'll do it bit by bit, I won't go crazy on it. Just do a bit at a time. I have this branch coming out the side here. I think it's getting a bit long. Take it to there for now and we'll have a look. One here we can get below, let's see. This one coming kind of off to the side a little bit, it's not too bad. We get a little bit of light and we'll get some more backwood in so we can create more branches now. This one again, like the other one, start pushing out a bit too much, so let's just reduce that one back. We'll reduce this one right back as well, I think, to there. And this as well, I think I'm going to take this one back. Let them, all the branches push out. I don't know if that's going straight up. That's up there. This one, I'll take it right back to here. Now, have this branch in here. I'm going to take that off completely because it's kind of interfering with the other tree. So that's kind of giving us our height to our first tree. So now let's see if we can do something with this other one. Again, like this is only kind of a little bit of styling. I will do a lot more work on it, picking branches when it's lost its leaves, and I can see better, but this is just to kind of keep it in shape a little bit, because otherwise they just grow absolutely crazy sizes and you end up with the shoots like this just go rocketing up to the sky and getting too strong. Yeah, we can, once it's lost its leaves, we can start picking branches, but it's kind of been just left to grow for quite a while, just to gain bigger, build up a bit of strength, which it's done quite well. So now just reduce it back a bit, because also reducing it back will help with the amount of water it needs. Because they do like to drink the water, alright. Like this one, I like that. I have it sitting on a dish of water, shallow dish, but the dish is empty every night. It's kind of drinks the whole thing. Now we've got kind of a couple of branches up here going on, one directly above the other. So I'm going to reduce this one back. Take it right back. Like that. Just to open that up a bit. We can probably reduce this one back as well here. We'll take this one back to here. Actually, I'll take it back further again. There. Okay. So let's have a look. Step back now and have a look. See, that's not too bad now. It's a little bit better shape than it was. This branch is a bit long here at the front. Okay, I think that's, I don't know if the camera's picking it up too good, but I can definitely see in there a lot better now, which will make it easier for the sun to get in there. Like that, maybe this will end up the front, I don't know, but that's why I put it in a round pot, so I can just work with how it grows to decide on which way we want the front to be. This branch here is kind of growing back in a bit towards the main trunk. Take them out. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I think I'm kind of happy with that. Again, doesn't look a lot probably, but you can see there, that's a fair old bit taken off that tree as well. And still plenty of green on it. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I'm kind of drawn to this side, to be honest now. It's got lots of scars and things where it did. I don't know, it must have had a disease or something at some stage, which killed these two branches and kind of half killed these. But it survived and it's growing well now. Maybe I'll put this side to the front and just let it grow and see how it fills out this side. I would think the reason why I had this is the front. This was definitely the front, I know, because I cut the main branches off at an angle that backwards. So there's that one, and you can see the main one under there. It's chopped back. I don't know if you can see that. That's where the big chop was. So okay, so we'll call that video done. It's just a couple more trees, prune back a little bit. Yeah, so I'll take off that. Root there going nowhere. There's this root here too, which is dead. Oh wait, take that off as well. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. So, as always guys, don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos if you can. And we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.